The 1992 Columbus Open is brought to you in part by Innova Champion Discs, the choice of champions for disc golf. From Columbus, Ohio, the 1992 Columbus Professional Disc Golf Open. The Hoover Reservoir Championship Disc Golf Course. The Hoover Reservoir Park in Columbus, Ohio is home to many recreational activities: boating, sailing, biking, and fishing. But on the weekend of August 15th and 16th, 1992, the world's best disc golfers have come to compete in the 7th Can-Am Series Finals, the second annual Columbus Disc Golf Open. This year, a second 18-hole temporary course was added to accommodate the 122 players competing in 6 divisions. Except for light rain during the first round on Saturday, the weather conditions were perfect throughout the tournament. After 4 rounds, 2 on each course, 4 players in the Open Division will go on to play a final 9-hole showcase round to decide the 1992 Columbus Disc Golf champion. Disc golf is played much like traditional ball golf. It uses many of the same terms, but it's different in many ways because of the equipment that's used. The high-tech golf disc makes use of today's aerospace technology. Each disc is designed for a certain purpose or condition, and there are several dozen models to choose from, produced by 6 manufacturers. Golf discs normally cost between $5 and $10 a piece. Add that to the fact that almost all disc golf courses are free to play. Makes disc golf an inexpensive and enjoyable sport for the whole family. The disc pole hole manufactured by the Disc Golf Association is the standard target for the game of disc golf. The disc pole hole was invented in the mid-1970s out of the need to know without doubt that the disc has actually hit its target. The disc pole hole replaces objects like lampposts, trees, or wood posts that were used on courses before the invention of the pole hole and are still used on some courses around the country today. There are over 500 permanent disc golf courses around the world today. The disc must come to rest inside the basket or within the chain assemblies before the hole is considered completed. At less than the cost of a tennis court, an 18-hole disc golf course can serve dozens of players at once, making disc golf a very efficient means of land use for park systems. Disc golf is played just like traditional ball golf in that the players count how many strokes or throws it takes to get from the tee to the basket. Courses generally consist of 9 or 18 holes, and of course the player who completes the course in the fewest number of throws is declared the winner. Players have to avoid out-of-bounds areas or other infractions that might add strokes to their score, but in general, the rules and the etiquette and the spirit of the game is very similar to traditional ball golf. While the final 4 players warmed up, a putting contest was held for the spectators. Some of the contestants soon found out it's not as easy as it looks. Others were a little more talented. Finally, when all was said and done, one emerged as the big winner. The prizes included a disc pole hole and a bag full of discs, sure to help create another enthusiastic disc golfer. Soon after, the weary runners-up were treated to free ice cream from the 101.1 Radio Columbus truck. That's WWCD. With the fans refreshed, let's introduce the 4 players playing in the final round. In third place at 31 under par is John Ahart. John is 30 years old from Huntington Beach, California. He is the 1988 World Disc Golf Champion. Also in third place at 31 under is Crazy John Brooks from Kansas City, Missouri. 32 years old, Crazy has held over a dozen World Frisbee Championship titles. In second place at 37 under is the 1991 and 1992 World Disc Golf Champion, Ken Climo. Ken is 24 years old and hails from Clearwater, Florida. And leading the tournament at 38 strokes under par, the 20-year-old from Riverside, California, defending Columbus Open champion Steve Valencia. Going into the final 9 holes, Steve Valencia has a 1-stroke lead over Ken Climo. First round leader John Brooks and John Ahart tied for third at 31 under par. Hole number 1 is 344 feet, a par 3 dogleg to the right, slopes slightly downhill, and the trees narrow up towards the hole. You can see trouble on the left, trouble on the right, and trouble behind the hole. Up first, our leader, last year's champion, the lefty Steve Valencia, with a left-handed hyzer angle. Ooh, plays it a little too tight. He's hit a tree, and he's going to be looking at a tough putt for his birdie. Ken Climo maybe didn't turn that one over enough. He is deep and high, and he is in the rough. Now Ken will shake that one off. Very tough competitor, and I'm sure he'll come back strong after that drive. John Brooks now starting to work the crowd already as the knees shake a little bit. Crazy John spends a lot of his time shuttling back and forth between Kansas City, Missouri and Tokyo, Japan. Good looking angle on that drive. That is going to be right at the pin, but a little deep. He's on the downhill side of the pin with about a 20-foot putt for a birdie. And now also tied for third place, John Ahart. John, a former World Disc Golf Champion, also a member of the Board of Directors of the Professional Disc Golf Association. His drive looks like a little unstable disc, starts out flat, it's turning towards a hole very tight along the trees, but stays out of trouble. Nice shot for John. He'll have a shot at a birdie there. He probably should be a little happier than he looks there. That was a nice shot by John. Valencia's putt for birdie right over the top of the basket. He'll have to settle for par. Climo comes out of the woods. Oh, he's gone a little deep, just on the fringe there. How did I get that much power, he says. Here's Crazy John for his birdie. Nice shot. Puts it right on the pole. He starts out the final 9 with a birdie 2 on hole number 1. And Climo is, oh my, low on his putt for par. He's going to take a bogey here. He's not too happy about that. Valencia makes his putt for par, and he will add 1 stroke to his lead over Ken Climo. Here's Ahart right on the pole for his birdie. And Climo will drop in his putt for a bogey as we look now at the scores on hole number 1. Valencia with the 3, Climo with the bogey. That puts him now 2 strokes back. Brooks and Ahart with birdies are now 4 strokes back of Climo, 6 strokes behind Valencia. The second is a par 3, 489-foot shot. Downhill, tree trouble on the left, rough on the right. Players have the option of throwing an air shot or the roller here on hole number 2. Pretty favorable conditions for the air shot today. Here's Crazy John Brooks coming off a birdie on hole number 1. Strong looking drive. Oh, it's turning hard to the right. He's in the rough. Boy, about halfway up the hill, well short of the hole. And tough birdie there for Brooks. Ahart now. I'm going to guess roller. He goes to the roller. It's in the fairway, holding its angle. Ooh, it's going to need to hold as it starts to turn. And he's at the bottom of the hill, just on the edge of the rough. He's going to have a long birdie putt there. Valencia now. Boy, what an arm this guy has. And he got all of that one. Oh my, it's got a lot of carry, getting a big response from the crowd. And he's gone past the hole. Wow, that was over 500 feet in the air. A little disappointed that he went so far, but he just crushed that. Climo up last after bogeying the first hole. He goes to the roller. That's a little to the right on the right side of the fairway, and he is just in the rough as well. But past the pin, he's about 40 feet out. Crazy John Brooks, his second shot. Oh, and he's put it practically underneath the basket. He'll have a easy drop in for the three, acknowledging both sides of the crowd. John Ahart now, his second shot out of the rough. He's got a tough stance there. He's having to straddle. Good looking. Oh my, off the basket. Great birdie attempt by Ahart. That would have put him a stroke up on Brooks. Here now is Climo coming out of the rough. Oh boy, a little short on that one. That's 2 holes in a row that he's been short. And here's Valencia now. He's going to be coming back uphill about 30-35 feet for his birdie putt. Nice looking crowd looking on here at the Columbus Open. Valencia puts it on the pole. Boy, he didn't take much time. What a great putt by Steve Valencia. And that birdie will put him another stroke ahead of Climo. Here's Ahart. He'll have a drop in for his 3. Climo takes a 3 as Crazy makes his putt. Putting, a very important part of the game of disc golf, and it's true just as in ball golf, that you drive for show and you putt for dough. Here now with a little of his insights into the putting aspect of disc golf, 1989 World Disc Golf Champion Steve Weisskopf.
There's 5 basic things that we're going to remember when we start the putt. The first thing is that we're going to have the chest face the pole hole. Unlike a normal frisbee toss where the chest or the body is facing perpendicular from the target, here we're going to face the target. The second thing that we're going to do is the grip. The grip is very important because you want the disc to fly flat and level to the target. Here we're going to use a pinch grip, pinching the thumb and the middle finger against the flight plate of the frisbee. The third thing we're going to remember is on line. We must be on line to the target to hit into the chains. We're going to use the pole as a reference point here on keeping the disc on line. The fourth thing we're going to remember is spin. Spin is super important because without spin on the disc, we all know that it wouldn't fly at all. So remember to snap that wrist and put the spin on the disc. And the last thing we're going to remember is follow through. Whenever you release the disc, use the hand and imagine the hand following the disc into the chains of the pole hole. With these 5 basic tips, all of your putts are going to go in. Just like that.
Valencia with the lone birdie on hole number 2. He goes to 39 under par. He's got 3 strokes now on Climo. Brooks and Ahart remain 4 back from Climo. They're both now 7 off the lead. Hole number 3 is a temporary hole approximately 600 feet long off the top of the Hoover Dam. It's par 3, as are all our holes here in our 9-hole final. Disc has to clear a line of trees halfway to the hole in order to have a chance at par. Only the longest throwers are going to be able to reach this hole. As we see a shot of the pin looking back up at Hoover Dam. Hole already getting a reputation after it debuted last year in the 1991 Columbus Open. Steve Valencia, our leader, after birdieing hole number 2. He's first, he's way high. Oh, and he's on the left side of the fairway. Makes it through the trees. Not happy about that. He knows that a 3-stroke lead with Ken Climo behind him may not be enough. Crazy John Brooks now. His drive here on temporary hole number 3, 600 feet. Great shot back on the tee. Brooks taking his time. He is throwing a rock. Looks to be a little bit beat up. And a big crank right along the right side of the fairway, playing right along the trees. It's going to helix in towards the hole, and oh my! Off the basket. Oh, unbelievable. John Brooks just about put in a 600-foot hole-in-one. And you see the reaction back on the tee. Oh, my. Crazy takes a little yell back over the water there. Let's take another look at that one. Unbelievable shot by John Brooks. Right along the right side of the fairway, hugging the trees, and as it comes in, right on the pin. Unbelievable. Just off the edge of the basket. John Ahart has a tough act to follow now. And he and Brooks battling it out for 3rd place right now. Good looking shot by John. Right down the middle. It's fading out left a little bit and a little short. He's going to have a long putt for a birdie there. Ken Climo now with 7 holes to play. He could sure use a birdie here, pick up a stroke on Valencia. And he's playing it a little bit of left to right. Gonna take that fade back. Nice shot. He's about pin high and in the mode part of the fairway. He'll have a pretty good shot at a birdie there. Wow, what a shot by John Brooks as we watch our competitors walking down the side of the Hoover Dam. And a great shot on a scenic hole.
You hit it, you hit it. Hey, Larry, good job. Yo, Larry.
Another great shot off the dam. And the long walk down towards the hole. Here's Valencia now. Really no reason. Well, he's going to give it a little run. He's going to give it a chance. Oh, great shot by Steve. He certainly didn't want to go by the basket and risk taking a bogey here with that 3-stroke cushion. Ahart, though, with not a lot to lose. And he's making a good... Oh, my, he almost put that in again. That's 2 holes in a row that Ahart has made a real nice run at it. Climo definitely going to want this. And he's just over the top. That means he's only going to have 6 holes to make up 3 strokes on Valencia. And here's Brooks now, taking his time, making sure he puts in the birdie. And he does, and they will be talking about this one for a long time. Crazy John Brooks. 600-foot shot, bounces it off the side of the basket. He takes the 2. Climo takes his par. Ahart and Valencia will drop in for their par 3s here on hole number 3, our 9-hole final. $1,100 going to first place, $750 for second place. As we look now at the scores from hole number 3, Valencia, Climo, and Ahart take a 3. John Brooks with the birdie puts himself 1 stroke ahead of Ahart in the race for 3rd place. He is now 3 strokes behind Climo, who is still 3 strokes behind Valencia. Hole number 4, 486 feet. It curves right along the entire length of the hole. A lot of rough on the right side of the hole, high grass on the left side of the hole, and a steep drop-off behind the hole with a road that is out of bounds. Crazy John Brooks, after a mere 600-foot birdie, tees off first. Big shot. Looks like he may have turned that a little too much, and he's in the trees. Go, boy, got a nice kick back out into the fairway. And if he had kicked into the trees, he would have been in a lot of trouble. Our leader, Steve Valencia, the lefty, throws a stable disc out flat, brings it back in, and gets a nice skip. Good shot by Steve. He'll have an easy par there, maybe even a shot at a birdie. John Ahart needs to make his move now. He's fallen 3 strokes behind Brooks. He goes to the roller, and he cut that a little bit too tight. That's in the crowd. Ahart not going to be happy with that. Ken Climo sure could use a birdie. And he goes to the roller. Kind of surprised to see a big arm like Ken going to the roller, and he's in the crowd as well. It's still rolling through that thick grass, but not going to come out. And the crowd gets a kick out of watching Ken's disc come by. Here's Ahart now, his second shot, looking just to lay up and give himself an easy 3. And there it is. So he's got a little bit of a hyzer angle on that. He's well safe, maybe a little too safe, just on the fringe of the rough there. Climo gave it a shot, but he's got an easy 3. Birdie would have helped here. Here's Brooks now. He looks like he may be going for it. Giving it a good long look. It's up, it's online, it's high enough. Oh my, and he's done it again. John Brooks with back-to-back birdies, and he is on fire now. Crowd really appreciates that shot, and I'm sure John is feeling it now. Let me go back and take another look at that one. Boy, when he gets hot, he just is one of the greatest to play the game. As we see from the other angle, his birdie putt. John obviously enjoys playing to the crowd, and we asked him how having a big gallery like this affects his game.
Finals, for instance, the gallery. We've got 300 to 500, I'm guessing over 500 people lining the fairways. When you set up at this golf course, you don't plan on having 500 people line the fairways for a shot. And what impresses me is that these people will now play better due to what they've seen in the final. It's going to make them a better disc golfer.
As Valencia lays up, he'll have an easy drop in for a par. Ahart for his par. Oh, misses it. He's going to have to take a bogey. Not feeling too good about that. He'll put that in. He'll take a 4. Climo will have an easy putt there for his par 3, as will Valencia. And Steve Valencia will maintain his 3-stroke lead after 4 strokes in our 9-hole playoff here at the 1992 Columbus Open. Let's take a look at the scores after 4 holes. Valencia and Climo with pars. Brooks with another birdie. Ahart takes the bogey. Hole number 5 is 259 feet. As you can see, several trees in between the tee and the hole. Players will have the option of going right to left or left to right, but at 259 feet, this is one that they don't want to miss. John Brooks coming off of 2 straight birdies. He goes to the hyzer shot, going to bring that in just about at the hole. Gets a little skip past it, but nice shot by John. Leaves himself probably about a 25-footer for his 3rd straight birdie. Here's Valencia, still with a 3-stroke cushion. Lefty goes wide to the left, bringing it back into the right, and he's probably a little inside where John is. Have a good look at it for his birdie. Ahart struggling there a little bit on the last hole, but one of the most consistent players in the game, and he just about hit the base there. He got a good long skip out of it. As we watch now the foursome heading down the fairway on hole number 5. At 259 feet, this is more the type of hole that you might see on a more typical disc golf course around the country. As John Ahart will putt first. No problem there. Perfect putt from John. And maybe that'll get him back on track now as he hits a birdie. Crazy John. About 20 feet away here, and certainly expect the way he's playing that he's going to make this, and he does. He'll take a 2. He is really on a roll here with 4 more holes to play in our 9-hole final. Here Valencia now. He will birdie to protect his 3-stroke lead. And as we look at the scores now, for hole number 5, Climo also birdies. So we have Valencia now at -40, Climo at 37, Brooks at 35, and John Ahart in 4th place at 32 under par. Hole number 6 in our final 9, a little change of pace, only 248 feet this time. A little bit of a touch shot, a finesse shot, more like an approach shot, but again, kind of hole that's not too unusual on most disc golf courses around the country. Crazy John still has the box here. He's gone with a low shot and gets a little curl right by the basket. He'll drop that in for yet another birdie. Valencia with 4 holes to play. He will not want to give up a stroke to Climo here. Good looking shot right down the pipe. Oh my, just about hit the pin. That will be an easy birdie for Steve as well. Ken bringing it in left to right a little bit, flattens out nicely, a little short, a little off to the left. And John Ahart, former world disc golf champion. And he's gone just a little bit past the hole, but should be 4 easy birdie putts. Climo first, drops it in. Maybe a little too late for Climo here. Ahart, not wanting to take anything for granted, takes his time, gives it a good look, and he puts that one in. Very well-behaved gallery here at the Columbus Open. Very considerate of the players, quiet when they need to be quiet, and appreciative of all the great golf that we're seeing as Brooks and then Valencia drop in their putt. 2s across the board, and it's still Steve Valencia by 3 strokes over Ken Climo. Brooks 2 back of Climo, and Ahart -33 back in 4th place. Hole number 7, 471 feet with a tricky pin placement. You can see the tree behind the hole, out of bounds on the right, out of bounds on the left, and going to have to be not only an accurate shot but a long shot here to make a birdie. And here's the man who's, I'm sure, more than ready to do it. Crazy John Brooks. 471 feet. He's a little low. Well, he's quite a bit low. He is short and in the rough on the right side of the fairway. As we go now to our leader, Steve Valencia. Once again, trying to hold on to the lead for that $1,100 first place prize. Oh my, playing it tight along the left side of the fairway, but he has crushed this drive, and it's coming in. Oh, right on the pin. It is sitting underneath the basket from 471 feet. What a shot by Steve Valencia, and that is just about going to close the door on Ken Climo here. If he doesn't birdie this hole, it's pretty much going to be over. And Climo, nice shot. He's in the middle of the fairway, but a little bit short. Not unhappy. I can't throw that far, says Ahart. Well, we've seen Ahart go to the roller a couple times in the finals here. He may elect to do so once again. Two-time winner of the Japan Open, John Ahart. Well, and not a bad-looking drive. Bringing it in over the rough, and yeah, maybe he can throw that far. Nice shot by John. Thinking I couldn't throw about as far as Ken Climo after all. And here come the players down the fairway on hole number 7 with just a few to go. John Brooks, the man who is on a birdie string. He goes way up high with the back spinning. Oh my. The hook thumb shot, and it rolls down the hill.
That's a bad break shot.
And it looked like it flipped over just not quite enough. He wanted it to flip and land flat and not get that roll. He's rolled down the hill. He's going to have a tough putt coming back for his par. And I think as we see Ahart getting ready to putt, maybe under different circumstances, John might have thrown Brooks that is, might have thrown a different shot. But he's got a little room to play with as we see Ahart going a little low and to the right for his birdie attempt. Climo now really needs this birdie just to have a shot at it, and he's going a little bit to the right. He'll have to take a par here. John Brooks for his par coming back uphill. Wind pretty much quiet here as he takes a good long look at it. Wants to make sure that he's strong enough here. Oh my, and he is strong enough. He's gone just past it a little bit. And so his hot streak has come to an end, but he
Very much.
always mugging for the crowd. He's still away. It's been a great round for John, one that he will remember, and I'm sure most of the gallery here will certainly take some good memories of John's play home with them this afternoon. He'll take a 4. Here is Ahart now for his par. No problem there. Climo making his putt for par, and Steve Valencia, a 471-foot birdie. What a great shot by Steve. And now here with a little more on the basics of driving for the game of disc golf, former world champion Steve Weisskopf.
All right, in a drive, we're going to involve more than just the arm, which is what is normally involved in a regular frisbee toss. Here, we're going to involve the whole body. First thing you want to remember is keep your steps simple. Keep them like short dance steps. This way. The next thing that we want to remember is keeping your knees flexed. That's going to help you get the whole body into the motion of the disc throw. The next thing we want to remember is pull the disc across your chest. This keeps the disc on a straight, flat, even plane towards your hole. And the last thing you want to remember is snap and follow through. When you release the disc, follow through with the motion. This will help with distance and also help to prevent injury in further throws. Much like this. You'll find that different players use different grips whenever they're driving. A couple of the different grips, number one is called the pinch grip. It's much like the grip that we describe in putting, where the lid of the disc is pinched between the middle finger and the thumb of the hand, much like this here. The next grip we're going to talk about is what's called a power grip. The power grip involves bringing the hand into a fist motion, gripping the rim of the disc. Bringing all the fingers on the inside of the rim, and the thumb is slightly further back towards the rim than the pinch grip was. This grip here, like its name, can institute more power in your drive. Perfect. Field goal.
And there are the scores from 7. Valencia with the birdie, Climo and Ahart with par. Brooks takes a bogey, but he's still 2 strokes ahead of Ahart, and Valencia now with a 4-stroke lead over Climo as we go into hole number 8. Hole number 8 is a temporary hole, approximately 625 feet and uphill. This was a turning point for Steve Valencia last year as he looked to win the 1991 Columbus Open. He made up 2 strokes on leader Mike Sullivan when he made this incredible birdie shot.
That'll really be a memorable shot. I was 3 back with 2 holes to go, and I just threw a great tee shot, and I knew I had to just go for it. So I went for it, and I made it, and it was, you know, like a dream come true in my favor.
And here's Valencia going to the big turnover shot, lets it hyzer back off into the rough a little bit there, but a good shot. Again, this is a long uphill shot just to even have a prayer of a birdie at this one. Climo throwing high up the middle and long. Good carry on that shot by Ken, right about into the edge of the gallery. Here's John Ahart. And he's on a similar line to Ken. Got a good carry as well. Nice drive there by John. Not quite as long as the first 2. And Crazy John Brooks, what will he pull out of his bag on this hole? It sure has been a pleasure to watch him as he goes to the 360 turnaround, trying to get even a little more power on that drive, and he has crushed it. Looks like that's even a little farther than Climo's drive in the gallery. Certainly appreciates that. Here now is Ahart. This is not an easy approach shot. He goes to the big hyzer around the trees, and he's going to leave himself about 10 foot. Nice job by John. He'll have an easy putt for his par. Shot coming up there from Climo. John Brooks bringing it in pretty flat, falls left, a little bit behind the hole, but that'll be an easy putt for his 3. And Valencia, let's see if lightning can strike twice. He's going just about straight at it here. Oh, a little kick off the tree, and geez, too bad Steve didn't get the birdie this time, but he's got his lead well protected as Crazy John puts in his putt for 3. Looks like it'll be 3s all around on hole number 8 here, and we'll have one more hole to go here in the finals of the 1992 Columbus Open. Next week, these players will all be heading north to Detroit for the PDGA World Disc Golf Championships. Ken Climo, of course, the 2-time defending champion. As here are the scores on number 8. Par 3s for everyone, and we go into the 9th hole. Valencia still with 4-stroke lead. The 9th hole and the final hole in our Final Four playoff here at the 1992 Columbus Open. 582 feet, making it one of the longest permanent holes in the country. This hole requires a strong drive and a long, accurate approach shot just to make par. As you can see, a couple trees off the tee. A lot of out of bounds on the right side of the fairway and beyond the hole, all out of bounds here on hole number 9. Steve Valencia goes to the roller. Gets it just past that tree. Got a good looking angle on it. Hits a little bump, but it is pretty much dead down the middle. Nice shot by Steve. Ken Climo now. Pretty consistent round for Ken. I'm sure he was hoping to have a little better score here, but certainly expect him to be on the top of his game next week for the World Championships in Detroit. That's going to fall left a little bit in the rough on the left side of the fairway. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference at this point for Ken, but we know that John Brooks may have something up his sleeve. Here's John A. Houck now. The last hole of the 1992 Columbus Open. Roller by A. Houck. Got a pretty steep angle on it, but it will turn. Oh, nice looking shot by John as it avoids the rough. Crazy John, will he go to the turnaround again this time? Yes, he does. Oh my. He may have turned it over a little bit much, but he's got some good power on it. That is, no, out of bounds. Crazy speaking Japanese there, I guess. So he'll take a one-stroke penalty. Plays it back in bounds. This will now be his third shot with the penalty stroke. And that's a little long. But he's still having a good time. Climo out of the rough. Nice and flat right at the hole. Just a little bit short. Nice shot by Ken. He'll finish up with a par here. John A. Houck. Might as well give the crowd something to appreciate here. Oh, and he just about put that in. Great shot by John. How about it? Still showing a good attitude. And Valencia, oh, he might as well make a run at it, and he's just about gone out of bounds there. I think he's still in. Crazy John now is lying 3. This is for a bogey 4. And he goes right, oh, just a little low, but he was going at that one all the way. Has something to say, as always. There's Valencia now to seal it up. His second consecutive Columbus Open Championship, not on that putt. But he's got plenty of room. As Climo makes his putt for his par, A. Houck takes his par. Crazy John will take a 5. And what a great round for Crazy John. Certainly one for the books. And here now is Valencia for bogey and the championship. Giving a wave to the crowd, and certainly appreciate the great play that they have seen from Steve here. Shaking hands with Climo and Brooks. A. Houck. Hugs all the way around. Good spirit of sportsmanship and camaraderie as Brent Hambrick introduces our new champion.
Columbus Professional Disc Golf Open champion, Steve Valencia from Riverside, California.
Now let's take a look at the scores from the other divisions here at the 1992 Columbus Open.
Yeah, it's truly a really exciting time to be involved in disc golf here in Columbus, both on the local and international level. Our first year, our inaugural event in 1991, we had the largest number of participants ever to compete in a PDGA-sanctioned event. We also ended up with the second largest purse in North America that year. Last year in '92, our second event, we ended up with the largest North American purse of the year. So we're well on our way to becoming the masters of disc golf. That's what I like to say. Our goal is to become the most prestigious disc golf tournament in the world, and I think we're starting to reach that goal. The 1993 Columbus Open is really shaping up to be something else. We didn't think we could outdo ourselves after last year's event, but it looks like we're gonna. We've signed on some pretty major sponsors. We've got free discs and putting contests and free ice cream for the spectators. And not only are we going to try to cater to the spectators again this year on Sunday, but when they come out, they're going to see the best disc golfers in the world. You're seeing them right now. Tentatively, the time for the spectator competition and the putting contest and the free ice cream is 2 o'clock August 1st. 3 o'clock will be the tee time for the final 9. So mark your calendars, don't bogey and miss this event.
The 1992 Columbus Disc Golf Open was brought to you in part by Innova Champion Discs, the choice of champions for disc golf.